Hello, welcome to Dracula in Russian Lesson 45. If you have not listened to Lesson 44, please click on it now. If you are new to the channel, please click on Lesson 1.
Remember, we translates to me. We shall soon be off. I am afraid to do much что may happen to us. We are truly in the hands of God. He alone knows что may be, and I pray Yemu, with vся the strength of my sad and humble soul, that he will watch over my beloved husband. That whatever may happen, Jonathan may znать that I loved Yemu and honored Yemu более than I может say, and that my latest and truest thought will be always for Yemu. Chapter Slatha Mina Harker's journal. This is a reminder. Remember, we translates to me. This is a reminder. Remember, me translates to mnie. This is a reminder. Remember, his translates to Yevo. Born November. All day long me mate traveled, and at a хороший speed. The horses seem to znать that ani are being kindly treated, for ani ti willingly ich full stage at best speed. We mate сейчас email so many changes and find the same thing so constantly that we are encouraged to doom it that the journey will be an easy adin. Dr. Van Helsing is laconic. He tells the farmers that he is hurrying to Bistritz and pays ich well to deal at the exchange of helices. We get hot soup, ile coffee, or tea, and off we eat tea. It is a lovely country, full of beauties of say imaginable kinds, and the people are brave and strong and simple and seem full of nice qualities. Они are очень superstitious. In the first Hanask где мы stopped, когда кто served us видел the scar на мой forehead, Anna crossed herself and put his 2 fingers towards мне to keep off the evil eye. I believe Ani shol to the trouble of putting an extra amount of garlic v nash food, and I can't abide garlic. Ever since then, I mate taken care not to take off my hat ili veil, and so I mate escape these suspicions. We are traveling fast, and as we mate niet driver with nas to carry tales, we tea ahead of scandal. No, I dare say that fear of the evil eye will follow hard behind nas, vся the sposob. The professor seems tireless. Vся dain he would not take luboy rest, though he's delal mnie spite for a long spell. At sunset vreme he hypnotized mnie, and he says that I answered as usual, darkness, lapping water and creaking wood. So nash enemy is still na the river. I am afraid to do much of Jonathan, no somehow I mate сейчас niet fear filiemu or for myself. I write this whilst we wait in a farmhouse for the horses to be got ready. Dr. Van Helsing is sleeping. Bedny dear, he looks очень tired and starry and grey, no его mouth is set as firmly as a conqueror's. Even in его spite he is instinct with resolution. Когда мы mate well started, I должен делать ему rest whilst I drive. I shall tell ему that мы mate days da nas, and we должен not break vniz когда most of vся его strength will be needed. Vся is ready. We are off shortly. This is a reminder. Remember, we translates to me. This is a reminder. Remember, me translates to mnie. Spev November morning. I was successful, and we взял turns driving vся noche. Сейчас the Dane is na nas, bright though cold. Tam is a strange heaviness in the air. I say heaviness for want of a better word. I mean that it oppresses nas both. It is очень cold, and только nash warm furs keep nas comfortable. At dawn, Van Helsing hypnotized mnie. He says I answered, darkness, creaking wood, and roaring water. So the river is changing as I ascend. I do hope that my darling will not run luboy chance of danger, more than need be, no we are in God's hands. This is a reminder. Remember, we translates to me. This is a reminder. Remember, his translates to Yevo. Stuff November, night. All day long driving. The country gets wilder as we tea, and the Veliki spurs of the Carpathians, которые at Veresti seemed so far from nas and so low na the horizon, сейчас seem to gather round nas and Tumir in front. We both seem in хорошие spirits. I do much we делать an effort each to cheer the other. In the doing so, we cheer ourselves. Dr. Van Helsing says that by morning we shall reach the Borgo Pass. The houses are очень few de сейчас, and the professor says that the last horse we eat teat will emate to go na with nas, as we may not be able to change. He got 2 in addition to the 2 we changed, so that сейчас we emate a rude 4 in hand. The dear horses are patient and хорошие, and они give nas niet trouble. We are not worried with other travelers, and so even I может drive. We shall get to the pass in daylight. We do not want to arrive do. So we take it easy, and emate each a long rest in turn. Oh, что will tomorrow bring to nas? We идти to seek the place где мой бедный darling suffered so much. God grant that we may be guided aright, and that he will deign to watch over Moihna's band and those dear to us both, and kto are in such deadly peril. As for mnie, I am not worthy in Yevo's sight. Alas, I am unclean to Yevo glaza, and shall be until he may deign to let mnie stand forth in Yevo's sight, as a dean of those kto he may not incurred Yevo wrath. Memorandum by Abraham Van Helsing, 4th of November. This to moi stary and true drug John Seward, M.D. of Purfleet, London, in case I may not vidjet mu. It may explain. It is morning, and I write by a fire который все the noche I mate kept alive. Madam Mina aiding mnie. It is cold, cold, so cold that the gray heavy sky is full of snow, который когда if все will settle for all winter, as the ground is hardening to receive it. It seems to imate affected Madam Mina. Anna has been so heavy of head все dane that Anna was not like herself. Anna sleeps and sleeps and sleeps. Anna kto as usual so alert. Imate done litter все nothing all the dane. Anna even imate lost the appetite. Anna делает нет entry в маленький diary. Anna kto writes so faithful at every pause. Something whispered to me that все is not well. However, tonight Anna is bolее vif. Ye long spite все dane imate refresh and restore ye, for сейчас Anna is все sweet and bright as ever. At sunset I try to hypnotize ye, no alas with no effect. The power has grown less and less with each dane, and tonight it fail me altogether. Well, God's will be done, whatever it may be, and whithersoever it may lead. Сейчас to the historical, for as Madam Mina write not in ye stenography, I dolgen in moi cumbrona stare fashion, that so each dane of us may not iti unrecorded. This is a reminder. Remember we translates to me. We got to the Borgo Pass just после sunrise yesterday morning. Когда I videl the signs of the dawn, I got ready for the hypnotism. We stopped nash carriage and got vniz so that tam might be niet disturbance. I сделал a couch with furs, and Madam Mina, lying vniz, yield herself as usual, no bolее slow and bolее short vreme than ever, to the hypnotic sput. As though came the answer, darkness and the swirling of water. Then Anna woke, bright and radiant, and we iti na nash sposob, and soon reached the pass. At this vreme and place, Anna become все na fire with zeal, some new guiding power being ye manifested, for Anna point to a road and say, this is the way. In the next paragraph, we are introducing a new word. The word I translates to ya. This is a reminder. Remember you translates to ti. How's not ti yet, I ask. This is a reminder. Remember I translates to ya. This is a reminder. Remember his translates to Yevo. Of course, ya znat it, Anna answer, and with a pause add, have not moi Jonathan traveled it, and wrote of Yevo travel. This is a reminder. Remember I translates to ya. At first ya doom it somewhat strange, no soon I vidit that tam bi tolka adin such by road. It is used no malinki, and очень different from the coach road from the Bukovina to Bistritz, который is bolее wide and hard, and bolее of use. This is a reminder. Remember we translates to me. This is a reminder. Remember I translates to ya. So me came vniz this road. Когда we meet other ways. Not always me. Were we sure that I knew were roads at vsie, for I need be neglect and light snow I made fallen. The horses not, and I need tolka. Ya give rain to ich, and I need Tina so patient. By and by we find vsie the things который Jonathan he made note in that wonderful diary of Yamu. Then we iti on for long, long hours and hours. At the first, I tell Madam Mina to sput, and I try, and I succeed. And I sput vsie the vreme. Till at the last, I feel myself to suspicious grow, and attempt to wake ye. No ana sput na, and I may not wake ye, though ya try. Ya do not wish to try too hard, lest I harm ye, for ya's night that I may suffer much, and spite at times be vsie and all to ye. Ya doomit ya drowse myself, for all of sudden I feel gyalt, as though ya mate done something. I find myself bolt virch with the reans in my hand, and the charoshi horses iti along jog, just as ever. I smetrate vniz and find Madam Mina still sput. It is сейчас not far off sunset vreme, and over the snow the light of the sun flow in big yellow flood, so that we throw veliki like shadow on где the mountain rise so steep. For we are going virch, and vsie is so wild and rocky, as though it were the end of the world. This is a reminder. Remember I translates to ya. This is a reminder. Remember we translates to me. Then ya arouse Madam Mina. This vreme ana wake with not much trouble, and then ya try to put ye to hypnotic spite. No ana spite not, being as though ya were not. Still ya try and try till vsio at adin ras I find ye and myself yan dark, so I smatrate round and find that the sun imate gone vniz. Madam Miana laugh, and I turn and смотреть at ей. Она сейчас quite awake, and смотреть so mil as я never видел ей since that noche at Carfax, когда we first enter the Count's house. I am amazed, and not at ease then. No, она is so brought and tender and thoughtful for мне that I forget vse fear. I light a fire, for me maid brought supply of wood with nas, and I not prepare food while I undo the horses and set ich, tethered in shelter, to feed. Then когда я return to the fiara, and I made my supper ready. I eat tea to help ye, no ana smile and tell мне that ana made eat already, that ana was so hungry that ana would not wat. Ya like it not, and I made grave doubts, no ya fear to affront ye, and so I am silent of it. Ana help me, and ya eat alone, and then me wrap in fur and lie beside the fiar, and ya tell ye to sput while I watch. No presently I forget vse of watching, and когда ya sudden remember that ya watch, I find ye lying quiet, no awake, and looking at me with so bright glaza. Один раз, twice bolее the same occur, and ya get much sput yal da morning. Когда I wake, ya try to hypnotize ye, no alas, though ana shut ye glaza obedient, ana may not sput. The sunrise vierch and vierch and vierch, and then sput prichadit to ye too late, no so heavy that ana will not wake. I mate to left ye vierch, and place ye sleeping in the carriage, когда I mate harnessed the horses and сделал все ready. Madam still sput, and ana смотреть, yan ye spud bolее healthy and bolее redder than do, and I like it not. And ya am afraid. I am afraid of все things, even to думать, но я должен идти на мой способ. The stake we play for is life and death, или более than these, and we должен not flinch. This is a reminder. Remember you translates to T. This is a reminder. Remember I translates to ya. Fath November morning. Let me be accurate in everything, for though T and ya mate seen some strange things together, T may at the first doom it that ya Van Helsing am mad, that the many horrors and the so long strain on nerves has at the last turned my brain. This is a reminder. Remember we translates to me. This is a reminder. Remember I translates to ya. This is a reminder. Remember his translates to Yavo. Say yesterday we travel, ever getting closer to the mountains, and moving vabolia and bolia wild and desert land. Tamar Veliki, frowning precipices and much falling water, and nature seemed to emate held something ye carnival. Madam Mina still sput, and though I did emate hunger and appeased yet, I could not waken her, even for food. I began to fear that the fatal spell of the place was upon ye, tainted as on Ayaz with that vampire baptism. Well, сказал I to myself, if it be that on sput vse the Dane, yet shall also be that I do not sput at night. As we travel on the rough road, for a road of an ancient and yamperfect Kiantam was, I held vniz my head and slept. Snova I waked with a sense of guilt and a vreme past, and found Madam Mina still sleeping, and the sun low vniz. No vse was indeed changed. The frowning mountains seemed further away, and we were near the top of a steep rising hill. The summit of Katori was such a castle as Jonathan tell of Yenyevo diary. At Adin Ras I exulted and feared. Fili сейчас, for Haroshi or ill, the end was near. This is a reminder. Remember I translates to Ya. Ya woke Madam Mina, and Snova tried to hypnotize ye, no alas, unavailing till too late. Then, ere the Veliki dark came upon us, for even posle down sun the heavens reflected the Gnai sun on the snow, and vse was for a vreme in a Veliki twilight. I взял as the horses and fed ich yan, što shelter, ya could. Then ya делать a fire, and near it I делать Madam Mina, сейчас awake and bolее charming than ever, sit comfortable amid ye rugs. Ya got ready food, no and I would not eat, simply saying that an I meal not hunger. Ya did not press ye, knowing ye unavailingness. No ya myself eat, for ya dolžen needs сейчас be strong for vse. Then with the fear na mnie of što mjat be, I drew a ring so big for ye comfort, round gde Madam Yana sat, and over the ring I passed some of the wafer, and ya broke it fine so that vse was well guarded. Ana sat still vse the time, so still as Adin dead, and Ana grew whiter and ever whiter till the snjota was not bolее pale, and no word Ana сказал. No когда ya drew near, Ana clung to mnie, and ya could znать that the bidny soul shook ye from head to feet with a tremor that was pain to feel. I сказал to ye presently, когда Ana imel grown bolее quiet. This is a reminder. Remember I translates to ya. This is a reminder. Remember you translates to ti. Я alti not приходить over to the fire, for I wish to делать a test of что Ana could. Ana rose obedient, no когда Ana imate сделала step, Ana stopped, and stood as Adin stricken. Remember I translates to Ya. Why not it on? Ya asked. Ana shook ye head and coming nazad sat vniz in ye place. Then, looking at mnie with open glazas of Adin waked from spite, Ana skazal simply, this is a reminder. Remember I translates to Ya. This is a reminder. Remember we translates to me. Ya cannot, and remained silent. I rejoiced, for I knew that Stoana could not, none of those that me dreaded could. Though Tam might be danger to ye body, yet ye soul was safe. This is a reminder. Remember I translates to Ya. Presently the horses began to scream, and tore at ich tethers, till I came to ich, and quieted ich. Когда ani did feel moi hands na ich, ani whinnied low as in joy, and licked at moi hands and were quiet for a vreme. Many times through the noche did I prichadit to ich, till it arrived to the cold hour, когда vsia nature is at lowest, and every vreme moi coming was with quiet of ich. In the cold hour the fire began to die, and I was all stepping forth to replenish it, for сейчас the snow came in flying sweeps, and with it a chill mist. Even in the dark Tam was a light of some kind, as Tam ever is over snow, and it seemed as though the snow flurries and the wreaths of mist vzal shape as of women with trailing garments. Vsia was in dead, grim silence, tolka that the horses whinnied and cowered, as yesly in terror of the worst. I began to fear, horrible fears. No then come near to me the sense of safety in that wrong wherein I stood. I began too to doom it that moi imaginings were of the noche and the gloom and the unrest that ye mate gone through, and vsia the terrible anxiety. It was as though moi memories of vsia Jonathan's horrid experience were befooling me, for the snowflakes and the mist began to wheel and carkle round, till I could get as though a shadowy glimpse of those women that would emate Kistyamu. And then the horses cowered lower and lower, and moaned in terror as men do in pain. Even the madness of fright was not to ich, so that Ani could break away. I feared for moi dear Madam Mina, когда these weird figures drew near and girkled round. I looked at ye, no Ana sat calm, and smiled at mnie. Когда ya would emate step to the fire to replenish it, Ana caught mnie and held mnie nazat, and whispered, like a voice that Adin hears in a dream, so low it was. This is a reminder. Remember I translates to Ya. This is a reminder. Remember you translates to Ti. Niet, no, do not eat tea without. Zdes tea are safe. I turned to ye, and looking in ye glaza said, this is a reminder. Remember I translates to Ya. But tea, yet is for tea that I fear. Whereat Ana laughed, a laugh low and unreal, and said, this is a reminder. Remember I translates to Ya. This is a reminder. Remember his translates to Yevo. Fear for mnie. Why fear for mnie? None safer in vsia the world from ich than Ya am. And as Ya wondered at the meaning of ye words, a puff of Wian's dill the flame leaped virch, and I vidit the red scar na ye forehead. Then alas, Ya knew. Dad ya not, I would soon emate learned, for the wheeling figures of mist and snow came closer, no keeping ever without the holy circle. Then Ani began to materialize till, if God emate not take away moi reason, for Ya vidil it through moi eyes, there were domne in actual flesh the same three women that Jonathan vidil in the komnata, когда Ani would emate yastivo throat. I knew the swaying round forms, the bright hard glaza, the white teeth, the ruddy color, the voluptuous lips. Ani smiled ever at bedni, dear Madam Mina, and as ich laugh came through the silence of the noche, Ani twined ich arms and pointed to ye, and skazal in those so sweet tingling tones that Jonathan skazal were of the intolerable sweetness of the water glasses. Prichadit, Yaster, prichadit to nas. Come, come! In fear I turned to moi bedni Madam Mina, and moi heart with gladness leapt like flame. For oh, the terror in ye sweet glaza, the repulsion, the horror, told a story to moi heart that was vsia of hope. God be thanked Ana was not yet of ich. Ya seized somnia of the firewood Katori was by me, and holding some of the wafer, advanced na ich towards the fire. Ani drew nazad demnia, and laughed ich low horrid laugh. I fed the fire and feared ich not, for ya knew that we were safe within nash protections. Ani could not approach mnie whilst so armed, nor Madam Mina whilst Ana remained within the ring, Katori Ana could net leave no bolea than Ani could enter. The horses Emil ceased to moan, and lay still na the ground. The snow fell na ich softly, and Ani grew weader. I knew that Tam was for the bidni beasts niet bolea of terror, and so we remained till the red of the dawn to fall through the snow gloom. Ya was desolate and afraid, and full of woe and terror, No когда that beautiful sun began to climb the horizon, life was to mnie snova. At the first coming of the dawn, the horrid figures melted in the whirling mist and snow. The wreaths of transparent gloom moved away towards the castle and were lost. Instinctively, with the dawn coming, I turned to Madam Mina, intending to hypnotize ye. No ana lay in a deep and sudden spite. From Katori I could not wake ye. Ya tried to hypnotize through ye spite. No anas delal niet response. None it vsie, and the Dane broke. Ya fear yet to star. I mates delal moi far, and he mate seen the horses, and ye are vsie dead. Today I mate much to do's days, and ya keep waiting till the sun is ver high. For tam may be places gde ya dolgen it tea. Gde that sunlight, though snow and mist obscure it, will be to mnie a safety. Ya will strengthen mnie with breakfast, and then I will to moi terrible work.